Hello, my name's Paul McIntyre and I'm the Senior Instructor for the National Driving Centre. We're here today to give you a short video for a beginner's guide or a refresher, if you haven't done it in a while, for strapping and containing our loads, okay? So this could be used for our CPC Module 4, okay? There's a number of questions that could be used here. And also, just as a refresher, if you haven't done this for a while since you passed your test, and maybe you're going on to a different employer who might need to secure a different style of load. So this is what we're going to be using. So let's think about the CPC style of things now. So he could ask us within that Module 4 test to demonstrate a securing of a load, and we're not sure what style of load we're going to be securing. So he could give you maybe 3 or 4 alternatives. So he could say, for instance, a small light vehicle, a pallet of paper, uncut trees or logs, or an extremely heavy container. So these are the kind of the guides to what we're going to be using. So first of all, let's talk about a pallet of paper or a light vehicle. Okay, for this we're going to be using our ratchet strap. So using our ratchet strap, there's a number of things we're going to do. So first of all, our ratchet mechanism. First of all, we've got our strap. Now with the strap itself, first of all, we're going to carry out an inspection of the strap, making sure it's clean, it's tidy, it's certified, we know its maximum weights, it's got an ID tag, normally checked by an authority, normally every 6 months. We'll make sure the webbing is clean and tidy, it's not frayed or damaged in any way, and it's in good working order. We're then going to secure that to our cage, bringing it over, imagining this was our load that we're going to be securing. So making sure it's nice and clean and tidy, it's not twisted, and it's doing its job well. We're then going to grab the ratchet mechanism. So this is our ratchet mechanism. Again, having a look at our ID tag, making sure it's certified, it's in date, and our checks have been carried out. Again, checking the webbing, checking the mechanism itself. Now with this mechanism, first of all, it's in the locked position at the moment. To unlock it, we're going to grab the safety catch, which is this little lever here, and then we can unlock it. So that's now unlocked. In theory, that's the ratchet mechanism, okay? To put it in the release system, we're then going to grab the safety catch and send it into that fully vertical line. That's going to now allow it to free spool, okay? So for the moment, we want to set it up ready to secure our load. So we're just going to put a little kink on it like that with the slit visible to us. We're going to make our way to our cage. We're going to insert the end of our strap into that little mechanism. So if you can see, like that. We're going to bring it in like this. Bringing it in, keeping our left hand on it, or right hand, whichever ambidextrous you are. Bring it onto the hook there. Bringing it not massively tight, but just taking the load. We're then going to grab with our right hand and just start to wind up that mechanism. Making sure it goes nice and tight. We're then going to tidy up our excess. We don't want this flapping around as we drive down the road. It could hurt someone. There's lots of different ways to do this. There's lots of fancy knots we're going to do. We're just going to tie it up nice and simple. We're then going to lock it up. Now have a look here. We do want this to close up completely. So as you can see, it's not closed up completely now. And then as we close it, the mechanism goes in. That's now locked completely. So it's not going to come undone. We're then going to check it, making sure it's nice and secured. And then throughout the journey, I'll make sure it doesn't become loose throughout the journey. If we were holding down a vehicle, obviously those axles could move and we might need to continue to check it and just tighten it up slightly. So that's going to be our ratchet strap. To release that ratchet strap, again, we'll grab our safety catch, send it into that fully vertical line, and then we can just pull it away and it becomes loose. So the next load we're going to be securing, so we've done ratchet strap with potentially our pallet or our light vehicle. The next one is going to be extremely heavy. So this could be uncut logs, so trees that have just been fallen. This is going to be this system. So this is going to be our chain, okay? So trees that have just been fallen. If the trees have been cut, so they've been put into planks, obviously we want to use a ratchet strap because that's going to be, we don't want to damage that wood, we don't want to damage the cuttings or anything like that. So a tree that's just been fallen, or something extremely heavy like an I-beam, a metalwork, metal plating, anything that's quite sharp, we need to be using our chains. So similar to a ratchet strap, we've got our chain. And again, we need to inspect it, making sure that the links are nice and clean and tidy, they're not damaged in any way. Obviously, again, it's been checked and it's nice and certified and ready to be used. So then we're going to send that over, making sure it's nice and even, imagining we were securing a vehicle down. We'll bring those chains into the middle, And then we're going to grab again our ratchet mechanism. So here we have our ratchet mechanism. Now it's just 2 bolts, okay, with a little safety catch. So we can go one way or flick the switch the other way. So it's literally just to tighten and untighten. Now we've only got that amount of thread, okay, so we've got to try and get it as tight as we can when we begin. So if I stay on this side, I'm going to put it onto the links of the chain, okay? Now this is where people get this wrong. They think it goes through the middle of a chain link. It doesn't, it goes through the outside. So if we look very carefully here, you'll see it goes through the outside of the link, securing it in like that. Then we do the other side, and again, because we've only got this amount of thread, we're trying to get this as tight as we can. Okay, once we've done that, we're then going to start to do it. Now we can do it by hand to begin with. So we're looking at the bolt. Now slowly do it and see which way the bolt is going, whether it's going in or going out. So I can see now the bolt is going out, so I need to flick it the other way. So I'm just going to press my little button on my ratchet and now twist it the other way, and then we'll see the bolt starts to go inwards, both bolts. So that's trying to tighten itself up. We can continue doing it by hand just to take the slack out of the system. Once we've done that and it starts to get tight, we can then tighten it up. Making sure it goes tight. Again, like our ratchet strap, we're going to tidy up our excess. We don't want these chains flying around and hurting someone. Once we've tightened it up, I'm going to continue to check it, making sure it's nice and sturdy, it's not damaged. And again, throughout the journey, I'll continuously check it, making sure, again, if it's a vehicle, those axles might move and we might have to then re-tighten it. The next system we're going to be using is what we call a load lock bar. Okay, now a load lock bar, here we have one. There's 2 styles of this one. You've got the expandable load lock bar, which is this style, and then you've got the sprung loaded, which is a lot. Imagine the side of the vehicle, it sits in little cups. So as you put the load lock bar in, it springs out and it sits in cups. This is a nice style because it doesn't move around so much. With this style, it's very easy to put it in, but then when you hit a speed hump, it bounces out. So what are we going to use load lock bar for? Well, this could be roller cages. So this would be maybe roller cages of bread or milk, like say a food shop would get. It's that style of thing. So it's the roller cages to prevent them moving within the vehicle. So let's imagine I've pushed my roller cages all the way to the front of the vehicle. I'm then going to put them up against the bulkhead, remember, evenly distributed over the width. I'm then going to expand the load lock bar and bring it over and lock it down, making sure it's nice and tight. You can see it does go quite tight. To release that load lock bar, we're going to squeeze it, keeping our hands away from this side of the mechanism. We're then just going to pull the little safety catch and gently release. Remember, there's a lot of tension in there, so we want to be careful we don't catch our fingers in it. We can then remove that and then pull our roller cages out. Another system that can be commonly used, but it's not so much anymore, is a rope. Now, there are still companies still using rope and still tying dolly knots. We are tending not to do this now, because the thing with rope is we don't know anything about it. With, say, a ratchet strap, we know exactly when this was tested. We know how much weight we can put on it. We know when its birthday is. With a piece of rope, you don't know how much tension you can put on it, you don't know how old it is, and you don't know whether it's been overstretched or over-tightened. So if people ask us what would we use to use rope, well, we don't. We would use a ratchet strap because it's a far safer means of tying or securing our load down. I hope this video has been of some help to you. If it's been useful to you, please hit the like and share button. If you've got any questions, please see us on nationaldrivingcentre.co.uk.